I have no silver, no diamonds or gold, but I am far richer by the visions I hold. 'Cause I've seen the mountains, and I've seen the sea. I've seen all that beauty and lived a life that was free. When the cool autumn moonlight shines down through the trees, no place under heaven would I rather be, where the wild birds are flying and the caribou roam. Many places I've rambled, but this is my home. And when I am weary and it's time to rest, please take this old body to the place I love best, somewhere on that mountain. Turn my face to the sea and let the wind in the treetops sing me to sleep. 'Cause I've seen those mountains, I've been to the sea, and all of that beauty is like heaven to me. Where the wild birds are flying and the caribou roam. Many places I've rambled, but this is my home, where the wild birds are flying and the caribou roam. Many places I've rambled, but this is my home.
Good evening and welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight in our stories we have a tribute video to Grand Bruit, From the Past, Town Council report. Please stay tuned for these stories after this. Try your luck on Wednesday and play TV bingo, sponsored by the Cowgirls Relay Team. Cards are 6 for $5 and can be bought from any member of the relay team and in most stores around town. Mr. Eugene Ball, who made the opening video for this broadcast, also put together a video doing a tribute to Grand Bruit. I would like to thank Eugene for sharing his videos with us.
harbor is empty, the ships have all gone. The docks are deserted and cold. The mist from the mountain rolls down to the sea. December is fast growing old. Restless old feelings returning to me, keeps moving inside of my soul. The sounds of the summer have faded away. The lonely old feeling takes hold. It's hard to believe that tomorrow will be that new day we hoped wouldn't come. As I stand on the shore and look out to the sea and follow your ship on the run. Yesterday's all but forgotten, though some memories still linger on. Those fairy tale stories were ours to live, though some of the pages were gone. Sad to grow old when you still haven't lived, though it's happening all of the time. When the places you've been and the faces you've seen are still only dreams in your mind. We search for the things that we long for, and we long for the things we can't find. When the fortunes we seek seem so close to complete, we suddenly leave them behind. Now the harbor is empty, the ships have all gone. The docks are deserted and cold. The mist from the mountain rolls down to the sea. December is fast growing old. Restless old feelings returning to me, keeps moving inside of my soul. The sounds of the summer have faded away. The lonely old feeling takes hold.
During this section tonight, we go back to April 1992 when a novice team from Burgeo went to St. George's to play in a hockey tournament and won the championship.
A team of novice hockey players traveled to St. George's on Saturday, April 5th to participate in the Robert Lee Hockey Tournament. Robert Lee was a novice hockey player from St. George's who died of meningitis last year. The tournament was held in his honor, and the first year that the trophy was awarded, Burgeo took it home. Here's the victorious moment.
Mayor Gerald McDonald came by the studio with his town council report.
Good evening. Your town council report for April the 16th. The water treatment plant, as I mentioned in my last report, we bypassed the tank on the hill and tried to get the chlorine residue out in the community, and we were certainly successful in doing that. We had chlorine readings right through the community. And then the following week we went back on the tank, and we certainly lost the chlorine readings that we picked up through the community. So it looks like we're going to have to inject chlorine after it leaves the tank. So that's something that will be looked at on May the 22nd when the contractors and the engineers come in to start the commissioning of the treatment plant. The commissioning is suspected to last about a week, and this will start on May the 22nd. Seems I'm on the water system. I would like to inform the public, those who have been running water, to please turn off your water. there's no danger of anybody's water freezing from here on in. So if you please turn off your water, it certainly would make a difference in our flow rate in the treatment plant. The mayor's meeting, I mentioned that Mr. Andrew Parsons organized in Port Bass with the mayors in his district. Mr. Blaine Marks and myself attended that meeting, and I thought it was a worthwhile meeting. At that meeting, he did have Mr. Graham Little, who gave a presentation on community infrastructure and waste management and clean drinking water and that sort of thing. So I thought Mr. Little done a great job with his presentation. He's the former mayor of Lab City and also the past president of the Newfoundland and Labrador Federation of Municipalities. So I thought it was a worthwhile meeting. Now on the waste management, meetings are still ongoing concerning waste management, and Mrs. Barbara Barter have been attending those meetings, and hopefully something will come around in the near future. The seed application I've mentioned to you several times regarding a senior study in this area for seniors housing, that's been completed and sent off, and again I got to say that Mrs. Barbara Barter has put a lot of work into that. And over and above that, now we applied for a JCP project to try and get funding to carry out this study. So hopefully on one of those applications we will be successful in achieving funding. And we will keep you updated on that. Your building committee at our April 16th council meeting, approval was given for 2 sheds, 14 by 16 and a 16 by 20. And 2 extensions to dwellings, 11 by 21 and 12 by 25. And also there was approval given for 18 by 22 attached garage to a dwelling. So the construction season has started. And I want to say if anybody plans to build sheds or extensions, to follow application to the town. And if you intend to carry out any exterior renovations like a replacement of windows, doors, bridges, what have you, contact the town office to get a permit in order to do so. Correspondence. At our April 16th meeting, there were 24 items of correspondence dealt with. And the annual Fireman's Ball will take place on May the 26th. Now this, of course, is something the town has every year for its fire department, show of appreciation for what they do throughout the year. A request was received from an individual to change the uses of a building in the community. This request was approved. And the building that was known as the old drugstore there by the school road, that's going to be turned into a clothing store. Now I want to thank the people involved there for investing in our community. And I got to say that we got to support all of our local business in order to maintain them, and it certainly creates jobs in the community, and we're pleased to see that happening in our community. So I encourage you, whenever you can, to support your local business. Now, Vimy Ridge, as you're all aware, last month a group of students from this community visited Vimy Ridge, the 95th anniversary. And Vimy Ridge is a place where most of us is not going to ever see through our lifetime, and those young students and their guides that went to Vimy Ridge, I'm certainly pleased to see that they did that. And on behalf of the town, I want to thank them and congratulate them for doing that, because it's good to, for our young ones to maintain and remember what have happened over the years. And that's the reason why this country is so peaceful today. It's because of battles like Vimy Ridge. Although Newfoundland took a great loss in that battle, but in the end, Canada won the war there. And it's one of those things that we wish did not have to happen, but unfortunately it do happen in our society from time to time. And on behalf of the community, I want to thank those students and their leaders for attending that event there in Vimy Ridge. National Volunteer Week, 15th to the 22nd of April. Volunteers are the heart of our community. And you know, there's not enough you can put in words to thank volunteers in this community. So on behalf of council, I want to thank all the people who volunteer in this community throughout the year. And I can't get into naming each individual group because I'm sure I will miss somebody. But volunteers in this community is outstanding, as far as I'm concerned, have been for years. And for those who are not involved in volunteering, I would like for them to think about it and get involved and help their community by volunteering into something. Some organization or doing something into your community is certainly well appreciated, and you will feel better for it. So once again, on behalf of council, to all the volunteers, you've done a great job, and we certainly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Now, the sewer line project I mentioned a couple of times in Closures Lane there, that contract was awarded to West Coast Excavating from Grand Bruit, and I guess that contract will start in the near future. Now, I want to mention in my last report, I mentioned the Violent Prevention Month, and the town won the prize that the HELP committee had. And I said at that time the prize was $2,500. Well, it's my mistake, and I apologize. It's $25. You know, I knew the HELP committee was good, but I didn't think they were going to be that generous. But anyway, it was my mistake. And the town has received a check from the provincial government for the new rescue van in the amount of $168,000. So that's the provincial government's share of the cost for that van. A letter was written to the Minister of Transportation concerning the condition of Route 480, asking them for payment and, of course, brush cutting like we do every year. Now, following the provincial budget on Wednesday, I contacted the department and spoke to the Deputy Minister of Transportation. And there were $60 million allocated for roads work in the province. That's over and above the Trans-Labrador Highway. And there has been no allocations up to this point in time for any roads in the province. So what they'll be doing over the next month out of that $60 million is identifying work on roads that's going to be done this year. So hopefully we will be successful in achieving some of that funding. And cleanup week this year again, like in the past, is scheduled for the last 2 weeks of May. So that would be May the 21st to June the 1st. And I want to thank those people that have already been out and cleaning up around the community. I believe it was the Beavers and a group of citizens in the Reach area. I noticed a truckload of garbage, and I certainly appreciate what anyone does. So cleanup week is later in May, but there's no snow around, so anybody want to get out and clean up around the community now, they can certainly do so. It's certainly appreciated to keep the community clean at all times. And at our last council meeting, invoices were approved for payment in the amount of $16,324.36. And our next scheduled council meeting is May the 16th. Thank you for listening. Be safe. Good night, and may God bless.
This concludes our program for tonight. Thank you for watching. Good night.